Hey everybody. Hope you can hear me okay. Let me see if anyone's tuning in. Man. Okay. You haven't done a live stream in forever, so I figured, yeah, why not? Don't have much to say really, just kind of checking in. Just want to let you guys know that, still here. Still doing my thing. Yeah, it's just been kind of crazy lately, so I don't know, I just kind of got away from it. And I was working as a telemarketer for a while. That didn't go well. I mean, it went well, but it's like people are really nasty to telemarketers, so I just couldn't stay there. How are you holding up? Doing okay, thanks. Who is this? Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. Yeah, I had, I'm glad. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can you hear me okay? I have my microphone set up off camera, but it's at a weird angle. But yeah, I got the coronavirus a few months ago. Yes, okay, thank you. I got the virus back in June. I think you can kind of tell that just by some of my videos. Problem is, I didn't know it was the virus. I just thought it was like a sinus infection. So, but yeah, I'm all better. Yeah. Nothing major. Been doing some freelance work. I was in a Turkish. I'm not sure if it's a movie or a video game, but I do a voiceover in English for it. Did some stuff for a Chinese company. That's probably never going to be released, at least not in America, because it's for a research thing. YouTube stuff here and there. Did a short commercial on someone's. I guess it's going to be on their YouTube channel. So yeah, it's been fun. Managed to get back to doing some writing. Yeah, making videos. Last week was kind of rough, so you notice the video didn't come out until Sunday. I am still going to give you guys like another video later today, I think. But yeah, it's all been pretty good. It's cool. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and also just kind of like working with different countries. That's been a lot of fun. I gotta check something really quick. I'm taking my glasses off because I learned you can see what I'm doing in the reflection, and people don't want their personal information out there, and I'm just, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, that was gross. You do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the worst thing has been I had some insomnia for about 2 weeks. Not really sure what that was about. It's gone now. I just need to get back into the habit of going to bed at a normal time. Then I got hooked on playing Skyrim. Felt that. Yeah, for some reason, like a lot of people were having sleeping problems. I don't know if it's like stuff with the moon, stuff with the weather. Yeah, been a lot of crazy going on. I say a lot, but Yeah. Anything been going on with you guys, or anything good, bad? Hit a wrong button there. Good, bad, life changing, life altering, anything like that? Let me just X out of some stuff because my connection's getting weird. Come on. Not so great, but I'll be fine. Oh, what's going on? If you want to, talk about it, because it's not a problem. Ah, sorry. My jaw cracks sometimes, so if you ever hear a weird popping noise, that's probably what it is. But yeah, no, I'm here to help if I can. I'm not a therapist or anything, but I like to give advice where I can. Going back to the hospital for medical reasons? Oh, I'm sorry. That can be a pain. But, well, hopefully you can take some comfort in the fact that, like, if you're going back to the hospital, they're going to be able to figure out what's going on and get you proper treatment for it. But still, that can be, I know it can be scary, but they'll get you fixed up. Um, have you had that kind of thing before? Like, just health issues, or? I know it's never easy, but hmm, I'm gonna. Only problem is the time. Usually, you mean like now is not a good time for that sort of thing, or you're usually in there a while? I know when you got like. I got it set up. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Okay. That time that was my back cracking. I'm all right. Hang on. Rickety floorboard. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you'll be out of there soon. These things take time. The timing of that sort of thing, it's never the way we want it to be. For what it's worth, you're in my thoughts and prayers, and I know everything's going to work out okay. I'm going to move this a little closer. Yeah. It's my microphone. Decided to upgrade to the Blue Yeti. Use the money I made telemarketing, legal telemarketing, not the scam kind. Use it to buy that. So, but yeah, I'm sorry you got to go back to the hospital, but you got to do what you got to do. I'm sure everything will work out. And for what it's worth, it won't always be like this. There's going to be a time when you look back and all this is an unpleasant memory or something you worked through. And it does get better. Everything does. It just takes time. Yeah. Sometimes when there's like a lot of heavy stuff going on, I like to find distractions. Like for me, it's writing or doing voice work, or a lot of people draw or do a journal. And sometimes, like if you got nothing else to do, I always like watching. I like to watch scary movies because then you start thinking about that, and it takes your mind off like kind of the real world problems. So it gives you just something kind of silly that you can focus on, worry about. Uh, Yesterday was a rough day for me, so I was watching Exorcist 3. That's a favorite of mine, which sounds weird, but it's a good movie. Takes my mind off of the real life stuff. And you can watch Dominion prequel to The Exorcist for free on YouTube. It's terrible, but it's funny. Hey, Cleo, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Excuse me. Yeah, I was telling my friends I saw, because I've seen all the original Exorcist movies. A lot of people don't know that there is 3 of them. Out of those 3, 2 of them are worth watching, really. And then they made a prequel. Good to see you. I'm fine. Oh, I'm glad. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, it's good to see you too. Figuratively speaking, Um, yeah, they did a prequel to The Exorcist, and the studio said, "We don't like this. This isn't good. We're gonna make some changes, bring in this guy for some reshoots." And the stories kind of vary, but it was essentially what happened was they were making one movie, they wound up making a different movie that was pretty much the same thing, but with a lot of changes. And so they released that under the name Exorcist the Beginning. And it was so bad and it lost so much money that they just decided, well, we got this other movie pretty much done. Maybe if we release it, we'll cut some of our losses. So they wound up releasing Dominion prequel to The Exorcist. And it didn't do much better, but it did a little bit better. And they haven't made an Exorcist movie since then. But yeah, so in 1 year, there were 2 Exorcist movies, both starring the same guy, Stellan Skarsgård as Father Lancaster Marin. Um, and I've seen the better of the 2, but I really want to see the worst one. I really want to see Exorcist the Beginning, because Dominion is it's not good, but it's one of those movies where it's like it's not bad in a fun way. It's bad in a way that's just like it's boring, but in some cases it's funny. But the worst thing a bad movie can be is forgettable, and that's exactly what this was. And from what I understand, uh, Exorcist the Beginning is like, it's just insane. It's like this really overblown, overdramatic, kind of it's kind of a rehash a little bit of the first movie, just like the same elements and stuff like that. Yeah, school sucks, and thank you. Yeah, school can suck. It's For me, school was always stressful. Um, but it's a lot nicer than having to work, I will say. Unless you have like a job you really like. But I think if you're in the hospital, because I've known people who are like hospitalized or in treatment centers during school, um, they can, you can still get through it pretty well. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, it takes time, but everything, as corny as it sounds, everything works out in the end. Might not seem that way at first, but in time. So yeah, but no, I wouldn't recommend the Exorcist movies if you're in like a weird frame of mind, or if you're feeling depressed. And also if you're under 18, because they're all R-rated. I don't really. Dominion probably could have gotten by with a PG-13 rating, because there's really nothing. that bad in it, but don't get me wrong, nobody should see it. Yeah, so there's trying to think like some upbeat movies. I got into Sonic the Hedgehog because I used to watch that when I was a kid, and it's like, yeah, that's fun. So like I was really depressed like when I was doing the telemarketing. So I just really got into Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's like it's a pick me up. Um, some of the series were surprisingly dark, which really surprised me. But there was no less than three Sonic series during the 1990s, and Jaleel White, Urkel from Family Matters, voiced Sonic in all of them. And it was so bizarre. And I knew that there was two. I knew there were two series because the one I saw growing up was it was called The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And that was just, it was really silly, really upbeat, and I mean, it really wasn't that good. But then there was, I think Sonic the Hedgehog was the really dark one. And then there was Sonic Underground, which was Jaleel White voices Sonic, Manic, and Sonia. And I think they did something to his voice when he voiced Sonia to make it sound more feminine, you know. But yeah, three three Sonic series in one decade, and the only recurring elements were Jaleel White as Sonic. Uncle Chuck showed up in two series. I don't think he's Sonic's biological uncle, but it's just like, that's Uncle Chuck. And kind of the state of the world they lived in was consistent in Sonic Underground, Sonic the Hedgehog. It was worse in Sonic the Hedgehog than it was in Sonic Underground. Very dark, like a dystopian future, and it was fun. It was a fun time. Not exactly, life changing or thought provoking, but it kept me occupied and kept me from thinking about how depressed I was. So take that for what it's worth. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but what have you guys been up to? I was I don't know what it was, but I just got to thinking yesterday about you ever heard of Dr. Faustus or the tragical history of Dr. Faustus? Ouch. What happened? You all right? You got me worried now. You probably can't tell by my face just because I'm not really expressive, but I hope you're all right. I've always been like that, though. It's really hard for people to tell what I'm feeling or thinking unless I outright tell them. I'm just like, hmm. Unless you're talking about like my leg made a cracking sound or something. It does that. Something's gonna crack right here. So, oh no, it didn't. Okay, but yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog and Doctor Faustus. Interesting combination of things, really. You guys ever heard of Doctor Faustus? It's a play, I think. Yeah, play by Christopher Marlowe. And I talk about the Faustian bargain. Man sells his soul to the devil in exchange for 24 years of doing and having whatever he wants. The condition being at the end of those 24 years, he will be dragged to hell. But I love the ending. He gives. They made a few adaptations of it, and one of them was Richard Burton, and he plays Dr. Faustus, John Faustus. Fantastic job. He gives a really moving performance. It's a very strange movie the way it's structured, but it works. It's a very bleh, I can talk. It's a very loud truck just drove by. Yeah, so if you ever hear like a weird rumbling noise, that's probably what it is. Yeah. And I love the final monologue and Dr. Faustus. Really? Really what? I'm sorry. There might be a little bit of delay between when you send the message and when I get it, and I'm kind of talking a mile a minute, so what's up? And are you okay? I'm still thinking about the ouch thing. I just need to keep talking, otherwise the stream will get boring and people will stop tuning in. We're up to 3 viewers now, and that's something special. Jinxed it. Okay. Yeah, so it's and I don't have the whole monologue memorized, but it's and where is it now? It is gone. See where God stretcheth out his arms and bendeth his ireful brows. Mountains and hills, come, come and fall on me and hide me from the heavy wrath of God. No. No. Then I shall headlong run into the earth. Earth, gape. Who will not harbor me? You stars, that reign over my nativity, whose influence has allotted death and hell, now draw Faustus like a foggy mist into the entrails of yon laboring clouds, that when they vomit forth into the air, my limbs may usher from their smoking mouths, so that my soul may but ascend to heaven. Half the hour is past. It shall all be past anon. I'm going to skip over this next part just because it has religious connotations that I don't feel comfortable making. And that the soul be plucked from my body and I be changed into some brutish beast. All beasts are happy, for when they die their souls are soon dissolved in elements, but mine must linger on still to be plagued in hell. Cursed be the parents that engendered me. No, Faustus, curse thyself. Curse Lucifer, who hath robbed me of the joys of heaven. It strikes. It strikes. Now, body, turn to air, or Lucifer will bear thee quick to hell. And then I apologize, I don't know. And then I don't know the next part is something in serpents. Let me breathe a word. Ugly hell, gape not. Come not, Lucifer. I'll burn my books. And then he is dragged to hell. The movie added not much, something you said earlier. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully it wasn't anything that was offensive. I try not to offend. Yeah, Dr. Faustus gets dragged to hell, and a demon that made itself look like Helen of Troy. He has an obsession with Helen of Troy, as did a lot of people at that time, because she is the most. Legend has it she is the most beautiful woman to have ever lived. And so at the end, she shows up and she just starts laughing at him, and then they drag him to hell, and it's like. And it's one of those things where it's really a it's a cautionary tale, but it's also kind of a character piece about John Faustus, and he learns that through excess and always getting what you want, that there are few things in the world that can actually truly satisfy you. The more he goes and the more he learns, the more he realizes that he is lacking the things that he really truly needs and desires. He yearns for spiritual eat and drink, as he words it. And as his hour draws near, he realizes however long we're on Earth, it's nothing compared to an eternity of either uh, heaven or perdition, which is damnation, going to hell. But he never really asks for forgiveness, and that's the thing about it is he's still very much, well, maybe I can reason my way out of this. Maybe I can rationalize so much that God will take me back on a condition, or but no, never really says I'm sorry that I turned my back, that I sold my soul, that I did all these terrible things in my lifetime. It's just like, I'm in trouble. Someone get me out of it. No, it's. And if you ever hear like Faustian bargain, that's like literally it's selling your soul. Um, but people also say that like if you've like being in. Okay, yeah, I rattle. Uh, yeah, no, it'd be like if you were in if someone was in a movie and it was like, I don't know, it was like you're in a porno. Some people would consider that a Faustian bargain because it's like you're selling your soul for a role and for money. So yeah, if you ever hear Faust, they're usually talking about Dr. Faustus, but there is another play called Faust. That's a different story. There's also a comic book called Faust. It's very graphic and disturbing. So yeah. Uh, okay. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? Concerns. I don't do that on purpose, but sometimes things just come out really weird when I try to say them. Uh, when you said ouch, it was probably about my jaw cracking, wasn't it? I realize I lock it up, so when I move it, you'll hear like a popping noise because it's like the joint is kind of settled. It's not hard to open my mouth. It's just, just makes that noise, and it's like every so often someone notices it and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" So, yeah. My hair looks horrible. Please ignore it. Yeah, I haven't done a live stream with you guys in, boy, I think it's been months. I don't think it's been like a year. Let me check my history here. Hey, that's me. Is anyone else constantly you recommended like stuff about the Harley Quinn show? They always get that on YouTube. Okay, yeah, it says my last stream was April of this year, and I was playing Fallout. Not at all. It was funny. Oh, okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, my last stream was a gaming stream, and I was doing a mod, and I could not for the life of me figure out what I was supposed to do, and I just got really angry, and I just wound up turning off the PlayStation because there was like a glitch, and I got stuck. It took me like an hour to figure out what I was supposed to be doing because I looked it up online, which is kind of cheating, but you know what? I don't care. But yeah, there's that truck again. So, yeah, I haven't been streaming a lot. So it takes a lot of mental energy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I spent like 2 days staying up until 4 in the morning playing Skyrim. But you know what? I have a really nice house built. They don't let you customize it like you do in the Fallout games, but it's like, yeah, I can decide what additions I put on. And but my companion got lost, and it's been days, and they haven't come back yet. But I did find this weird insect, and so I moved him into my house. So now whenever I come home, he's there. So it's like now I don't need to be lonely. I still really wish my other companion would come back. But you guys will love the insect. He's cute in a disgusting sort of way. And he goes like that's how he responds to stuff, or he makes like a clicking or go like but it's like I don't want him to come with me because if he does, I know he's going to get killed. Or he's going to disappear like the other one. And I don't want that. But yeah, and I also turned into a werewolf. That was sweet. You got to make sure villagers don't see you do that, though. It helps that I played Skyrim before, so I kind of knew some of the stuff, but it's been so long I didn't remember any of it. Yeah. So, it's something. Let me tell you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Been trying to get more sleep, but I just get run down really easily. I was practicing, but inadvertently I was practicing one of my impressions. Because it used to be that was all I did was impressions, and eventually turned into voice acting. But have you ever heard of Paul Lynn? He was like the bad guy in Penelope Pit Stop. He was in a lot of older cartoons. I think he was Templeton the Rat in Charlotte's Web. Is it? None here. Yeah. It says there's 2 people watching, but well, so I really like Paul Lynn's voice. So I would do stuff and try to kind of copy it. He had a very particular way of talking. That's okay. Everything's all right if you heard a noise. So I'm trying to remember, because it was like that. Well, you can only do that if you have the right certification. And well, I'm sorry, Sonny, but you just don't have it today. It's a really particular voice. You'd have to hear what he sounds like, but I think I do a pretty good job. I miss Paul Lynn. You can't replicate that voice. I like to think I can do an okay job, but I'm not the man he was. If you can't stop. My posture's not that good. Don't put yourself down. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, he was cool. Um, Great actor, always gave a good performance. I only really knew him for like the voice, uh, for the voice stuff, you know. Eh, you know, um, I used to be able to do a really good Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, but I fell out of practice with that, and so nowadays, like most of what I do is just it's less about impressions and more just performances. So it's kind of like I'm just being myself. Every so often, I'll do like I'll 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 like replicate another performance, like that's what the script calls for. But it's been less impressions and just more of my acting. So that's a pretty good feeling. But I was doing a project. It was a fan dub of Watership Down. It kind of fell through because like the the person doing it, like their computer got a virus and like destroyed the whole system, so all this footage was lost. I still have all of our recording sessions. You can only hear my voice on it, but I still have all of those. Um, but I did the voice of Fiverr the rabbit. He has these premonitions. He can see things that are going to happen, but he doesn't see it directly. It's like he sees images of things, like and the ones like, and he's very timid and shaky. He's like, the field, it's covered in blood. And well, I did this when I did the audition. I was doing an impression of the actor who voiced Fiverr. Um, I cannot remember who it was, but I the one line was like, "I must. I've got to tell him what's going on." It was something like that, and this was the greatest compliment anyone's ever given me. Was like they said, "I really thought you had an audio file from the movie and were playing it and saying it was recording, but it was like, no, that was me." So that was cool. Fiverr's probably one of my favorite characters that I've ever played. He's just I don't know. I just like him. Um, just because he kind of reminds me of me, only to a greater extent. I must, but I was very afraid that I would have to do a kind of an accent like what Fiverr has, but they told me no. Just kind of be yourself, but a little, a little more so. So that was cool. I could probably pick that up again with some help. Um, but yeah, I'm also Taisuke in School Days. That is still going on, by the way. The School Days fan dub, it's still going on. It's just like a lot of people have been extremely busy, but the scripts are all written. My lines for the next two episodes are complete. Um, Additional voices and stuff for the next episode are complete. We just need, really just need to get the stuff in. And yeah, because there's only 12 episodes. My character stopped showing up after episode 10. So from there on, I'll just do additional voices. But yeah, School Days is a lot of fun to work on. Again, that's a series. It's only for mature audiences. Um, I'm always worried that people who watch my videos and streams might not be of age, so I need to be careful what I recommend and what I say and do. Even though if I feel like it's going to be something really questionable, I'll always put a warning. But you can never be too careful, especially on YouTube. Uh, but yeah, something I said just made me think of this. There's a song from a trailer, movie trailer. It's like, oh, and I love that theme, but I have no idea where it comes from. And I thought that it was an original piece uh, for the film, but then it was like maybe not. So I don't know. uh, I love that theme. There's that, and like there was this other song, and like I had the title of it, but I lost it. And the video was completely in Japanese, and now it's gone. And I cannot find the song anywhere, but I really liked it, and I can't search the lyrics because it's in Japanese. Um, and I thought I knew which anime it came from because it's from an anime. Turns out it might not be from that anime. So there's two songs. The one I can still listen to part of it. The other one, it's completely gone aside from my memories. And I just hate that. I hate that sort of thing. It's like when I like something, I like to have it, so I don't need to worry about it just disappearing someday. That's why I buy physical copies of everything. But it's out there somewhere. I just don't know how to find it. And it's a great song. It's very spooky. It goes something like that. It's very energetic, but it's very spooky. I don't know. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe I won't. But I just had to give up because I was like driving myself crazy with it and making no progress. You know, and some things just aren't worth that. Other things are, to a degree. But I'm gonna go for 3 more minutes, roughly. Then I think I'm gonna sign off. This was just like an impulse thing, just like to check in and let you guys know that I'm still here and that I'm not that I didn't make a bunch of videos ahead of time and then I died and they're just being systematically uploaded. I hope you'll find the song someday. Thank you so much. I hope so too. It's because, like I said, I mean, it's a great song. It's just I have absolutely no way of searching it. I did have the link. I had the link to the video, and I've heard that there's a website you can go to called the Wayback Machine or something like that. And they say if you enter in like a URL for a YouTube video that's not there anymore, you can find it. But when I clicked on the URL in my history, it erased it from my history uh, somehow. So now I can't find that. But I know it said it was from an anime called Noir. But I always remember thinking like, I've seen Noir. That does not sound like something that'd be in it. But you know what? Maybe someday. Uh, someday I'll find it, and I'll probably let you all know, and then give you the title or something like that. But because it's just like it starts out like, and then it goes, and it's very fast paced, but then it goes, it's something like that, and I don't know. It's like, but you can't. It's like you can't search a song by the way it sounds. They say you can, but I've yet to, you know. So, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's not the opening from Noir, is it? No, I mean, Noir has a beautiful opening, but it's not this song. Uh, but Noir has beautiful music. It's for me, the series is kinda somber, but it's a decent show. I really do appreciate that, though. If you ever get the chance, I highly recommend looking up the soundtrack. It's a girls with guns, that's the genre, anime, that's set in France primarily. Um, it has great music. Uh, they're assassins, but from what I've seen, like, it's surprisingly bloodless for the most part. Like, there's not a lot of blood. You don't see a lot of violence. Any violence that happens, for the most part, is off screen. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good show. I just don't think this song is from it. I'd love it if it was, you know. But what can you do? Excuse me. So I don't know. That's my uh that's my ongoing quest, I suppose. And I guess that's about it. I didn't have a ton of stuff to talk about, so we did a little bit of a catch up, talked about Dr. Faustus and Sonic the Hedgehog, uh, talked about that song. I guess that's about it. Um, I do have, um, I did have an interview the other day for a radio personality, so they're going to be getting back to me this coming week to let me know if they want me to come back for another interview or you know. So fingers crossed for that. That'd be great, and it would just be part time, but that'd be great because then it's like you have um, a supplemental income, so I can do that and still have time to do my YouTube stuff. Because when I was doing the telemarketing, I was there all day, every day. So it was like if I wanted time to do anything else, I really had to budget my time really well. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. It's cool. Something like that would be right up my alley. So here's hoping, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys like the name of the station or where it's out of or anything just because, it's like it's one of those things where it's like I would get in trouble, the station could get in trouble just because, you know. But yeah. So I'll let you know if anything comes of that. Uh that being said, I am planning on releasing a video tonight. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna try to stick with the at least one video a week. Um, I'm gonna try to stick with that because it's very doable. And I found like if I try to do more than that, then it's like the videos are kind of butting heads, to see which one gets more attention, and then they just wind up doing kind of lackluster. So yeah, so one video a week, I think, unless it's a special occasion, But yeah, that's about it for today. So thanks for everybody who tuned in. This was fun. Uh, I'm gonna wait for it to get to 50 even, then I'm gonna sign off. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your support. Thanks for leaving comments. It's always nice talking with you guys. Uh, Ad Wiedersehen. Uh, Sayonara. goodbye, good night, good luck, gute Morgen. I know that means good morning. And laters. Okay, I almost forgot. I do have a send off thing. You're most welcome. I appreciate that. So here's my send off that I got last. No, it wasn't last year. It was earlier this year. Is I said that I was going to end every video with this line from Beyond the Door. It was, I smell the stench of your rotting flesh. So that's my send off. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you. Stay safe. Watch out for wolves. And yeah. Goodbye. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Goodbye.